Hello, Jocelyn, animal communicator here. I'm going to talk today about animal intelligence. We see a lot of shows on television, or at least I do, about, how smarter cats, how smarter dogs, what's the smartest animal, that kind of thing. And just in the news, they were like, oh my God, primates use plants as medicine. And we're like so amazed that animals are smart. And like there was that sheepdog that knew like the names of 80 stuffed toys or whatever, 80 different stuffed toys or whatever. They're like, oh my God, they're so smart. And we're measuring animal intelligence by our own version of intelligence. But as an animal communicator, I've been made to feel what animals feel. And that's a really powerful experience because animals physiologically are so different than us. That their experiences of life are shaped by their physiology, just like our experience of life is shaped by our physiology. For example, dogs with their amazing sense of smell, I think it's like 400 times more, articulate than our own or whatever, um, more powerful than our own, more sensitive than our own. They can be like overcome by smells and not even be able to listen because their nose is leading them somewhere. Horses, their skin all over their body is super sensitive and they can sense like barometric changes and wind direction, all kinds of things with their skin, even though it's got like fur, fine fur on it and everything. So there's all these different, spiders sense movement in certain ways with all their eyes, and they sense vibration because they have all the little hairs and they have 8 feet on the ground, that kind of thing. So all these animals in nature, not so much domesticated animals, but them too, to a certain extent, are all like designed physiologically, biologically, to fit into a niche in nature and to help balance the ecosystems that they live in. Spiders by killing a certain number of bugs, horses by grazing and trampling the ground and whatever. So mosquitoes by keeping herds moving so that they don't overgraze. So all these animals in nature serve a function in the balance of the overall planetary ecosystem that we humans rely on to survive. So there is no sort of expendable species. There is no expendable species. Even if we think we can't figure out what this animal's good for, it's okay if it gets wiped out. That's our, like, whatever. We don't know everything. We don't know everything. We haven't even discovered all the species on this planet. We haven't even figured out what intelligence is. Who is the smartest person you know? Well, the smartest person you know could be measured by how much money they have, how good their grades are, how well they survived serving in a war. It could be a million different things. So intelligence is like a moving target. Depends on the context, depends on the application. And with humans, a lot of what we accomplish is based on practice and motivation, which are not necessarily related to a high IQ, for example. So when we're asking, are animals intelligent, how intelligent are animals, and using our human measurements to determine how they rank in the intelligence category, it's kind of like apples and oranges. It's saying, what's smarter, an elephant or a snake? Well, the elephant's brain is bigger, but the snake is very good at being a snake. An elephant can't do what snakes can do, and a snake can't do what elephants can do. So they're intelligent, they're brilliant, genius intelligent in their niche, in their way. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because we put a lot of store in intelligence, and we seem to be judging animals based on, and even valuing animals based on how intelligent we deem they are, using the human criteria for intelligence. So if all the animals in the world suddenly started popping up and building suspension bridges and inventing the next new variety of battery or whatever, we would say animals are smarter than we are or something. We'd be so impressed with that. But what they're doing is really actually even more impressive, which is keeping this planet alive so we can live on it. We're kind of dismissive of that and dismissive of the brilliance of their design and their intelligence within their design. I don't think we value that enough. We're too busy measuring them by our version of intelligence, but we're a different species and we serve a different function on this planet. That function yet to be determined. But my hunch is that we serve the function of using imagination. We are probably the most powerful species at imagining and then manifesting things with our imagination, imagining possibilities and then creating those possibilities. Everything around us was once just an element of the earth and now has been created thanks to somebody's imagination. All of this furniture, this house, this neighborhood, everything, all the services I access, the vehicle I drive, everything was in someone's imagination before it was created. So animals are not serving that function on this planet necessarily. It's not to say they're not imaginative or creative. They do demonstrate that, some of them, but that's not their niche. Okay? So I would like to hear and see scientists respect animals where and how they are, as opposed to seeking to create entertainment from them or assess their intelligence as if their only value is how they measure up against humans. Animals, we rely on their existence, whether it's a tardigrade or a sperm whale. We rely on the existence of animals to support us on this planet, to support the environment that we rely on to survive on this planet. So that deserves respect and reverence, because let's face it, all these different types of animals, all the different life forms on this planet are miraculous. Not only to look at them in their colors and shapes and variety, but in their design. Even the human body is just a miracle. The way it heals itself, the way it regenerates. I mean, there's no cell in your body is more than 7 years old, not one. So there are so many miracles at hand in the natural world. To measure other creatures based on humans' version of intelligence is very sort of childish, I think. And it's very human-centric, which is fine. That's fine. Except we are nothing without those animals. We do not survive on this planet without all those different creatures out there. That's animal intelligence. They're brilliant. They're brilliant. They're designed, they sense, and they love, they play, they're affectionate, they're loyal. They're all these things. So no more measuring animal intelligence based on our idea of what intelligence is. I feel that animals need to be respected and appreciated just as they are, for who they are. Jocelyn@animalcommunicator.com. Thanks.